What's up, y'all? It's John here. So you really gotta check this out. It is possible to make money in today's market with real estate with today's interest rates. But it begs the question, what do we buy today so we can make money tomorrow? Well, to answer that question, we're gonna get down into the trenches, and I'm gonna show you a property that's currently listed on the market in Denver that we could buy today and make money tomorrow. But before we get started, I've just got to ask, if you like these videos, there's only one thing I could use from you, and that's just a like or a subscribe or follow. It's really simple. It's all I ask. And if you like the video, it helps the channel tremendously. So thank you so much. All right, let's get started. What property are we talking about? Today we're talking about mystery property number 4. Just a reminder, I can't advertise other people's listings on the MLS, but I can tell you what property we're underwriting if you just reach out to me. So shoot me a text, email me, call me. I'd love to share the specific model with you and the property, but I just can't post it all over YouTube. So it's a mystery property at this point. But what do we know about this mystery property? It is a quadplex in Westminster. There are 4 units. That's what quadplex means. All the units at the property are currently rented. I believe that they're currently rented below market, so there is some room to raise rents after you take over. And some advantages to this property is a lot of the units are in great shape, and there's actually 4 covered parking spots and 6 uncovered parking spots. So plenty of parking, plenty of room for growth in that way. The lot is a pretty good size. It's a little over a quarter of an acre lot, and the property seems to be in really excellent shape. Okay, the numbers. We're purchasing for $820,000. I'm assuming $7,500 in closing costs. To purchase this property, we are going to need this much in equity. So that's $207,000 in equity. That represents 75% loan to value. So we like to be a little bit conservative here, but we need about this much to purchase. And then prevailing rates at this moment, 7.12% is the assumption. Today's average 30-year rate on an investment property, which is, according to Forbes, about 7.12%. Standard assumptions for growth. The rental figures. There are 4 units. They average about 700 square foot per unit. We have a little bit different rents on each of them. As you can see, one is rented for $1,500 a month, one for $1,400, one for $1,500, and another for $1,395. Based on some current rental figures, I believe we can get the rents to $1,550 once they expire. How else could we make money at this property? The tenants pay for some of the utilities. We could do a utility chargeback scheme that is scheduled here at $35 per unit per month. We could also charge for parking. There's plenty of parking there. $65 per unit per month is pretty good when you consider that each unit has over 2 spaces per unit, including the garage. Standard assumptions for vacancy, that's here. We just assume with our operations we'll have a little bit less vacancy than 7%. Expenses are here. This is the operating expense line item. If you have any questions about how I come up with this, feel free to check with me. One thing to keep in mind, they have a property manager. I know this property manager. I think they charge too much. I believe we can get into that number. I believe we can pay a little bit less in utilities if we do some energy saving measures. The rest of it is pretty similar from when we purchase to when we operate. Okay, John, but who cares? What are the numbers? I'm super glad you asked. Here are the numbers. Okay, so I'm going to throw these up on the side of the screen just so you see them. But this could be you, LLC. Looks like we're returning 13.9% ROI. This is assuming a sale in the 5th year. A net equity multiple of 1.69%. That is the $207,000 that you invest. You would get that number times this equity multiple as cash back to you. That's total revenue. And then a net IRR of 11.23%. So this one makes pretty good money, I would say. If you wanted to buy something today that made you money in 5 years, it appears based on this model like this could be that. Now, there's some additional diligence to be done. We need to really flesh things out inside the transaction, but back of the envelope, we can make money buying this fourplex based on our assumptions. So if you want to know how to make money in real estate by buying today so you can set yourself up for tomorrow, well, then this is the place to do that. We really appreciate you being here. Really appreciate you checking out the channel. I'd love to go into this model in more depth with you. I'd love to explain how we model real estate, how we underwrite it. I'd love to help you invest in your first, second, fifth, or 1,000th piece of real estate. I can be a great partner for you, and I'd love it if you could reach out. So I'm going to throw my number up on the screen. Reach out. Let's talk today. Okay, thank you. We'll see you next week for another Model Monday.